Hi folks, AJ here. I hope you're doing super duper well. So yes, when I woke up this morning, I put on YouTube, and to my delight, Prince William just popped up with the Earthshot Prize with a new announcement, and I was so happy to see his face pop up. You know, it's such a breath of fresh air compared to everything happening in Harry's world at the moment. And I thought today, why the hell not? Let's compare the lives of these two. But yeah, first of all, let's have a look at the Earthshot Prize 2025, Prince William's announcement.
Hi guys.
Hey.
Sorry to keep you waiting in different time zones around the world. We're here to talk about what's coming up at the Earthshot Prize. I'm pleased to announce that we are going to be in Brazil in 2025.
Yes! Amazing.
I think Brazil really epitomises where the prize needs to land. The culture of Brazil.
Yeah.
We've got COP30 there.
I mean, when you think about habitat preservation and biodiversity, gee, that's the first place that comes to mind.
We are going to the continent that houses the lungs of the earth.
The lungs of the earth. I love that. Yeah, how exciting that they're going to have the Earthshot Prize in Brazil this year. How exciting. I'm so happy for them. I've never been to Brazil. I've always wanted to go. Maybe I can go. I'm gonna look into that. I used to do Brazilian dancing, and it's, you know, the way these Brazilians like shake their bums, oh my goodness, it is a talent. But I learned it's all in the feet. When you move your feet, your bum moves. So there's a little tip for you. But yeah, let's carry on.
So excited.
We need urgent optimism now more than ever. And I think Brazil epitomises that. I can't believe we are at the halfway point of 10 years.
I know the finalists are going to be phenomenal. It's going to be a great way to mark the halfway point in this decade of change.
I really want you guys to spread the word.
Yeah.
Leave it with us.
I love the way they've been planning this, you know, decade of change. Instead of, you know, thinking, what can we do now? They're thinking long term, and, you know, in 10 years, what they can achieve by supporting businesses who have ideas to change the world.
Zamo, let's do this.
Let's go.
Yeah, they all seem so positive and upbeat.
David Beckham. Hey,
David
Mama.
Beckham.
Hello guys.
Hola.
Hi.
Oh,
Brazil.
Best news ever.
The Earthshot Prize in Brazil.
yeah, here's Hannah Waddingham, who I did a video, I reacted to her playing darts with Prince William. So yeah, great to see her in this little clip as well.
I am so excited.
I think Brazil's
Oh, so am I,
energy,
David
passion, and
Beckham.
spirit will make this the most vibrant and
So am I.
unforgettable Earthshot Prize yet.
Brazil, the most beautiful of countries and people.
Where nature and culture go hand in hand.
Brasil tem uma energia vibrante, uma cultura riquíssima.
Fantastic.
Diversa.
Home to the best carnival of the world.
You can hear that samba music.
There's this incredible, unstoppable spirit of the Brazilian people.
I want to talk about the Earthshot Prize.
It's all about hope. It's about storytelling that demonstrates what is possible.
Yeah, the possibilities are endless. I think this is so exciting.
To heal our planet.
The positivity that surrounds
Protect and
all
restore
these
nature.
people.
Protect and restore ourselves.
Los pueblos indígenas estamos primer fila de solución, pero ahora más que nunca, todos los seres humanos en el mundo tenemos que ser responsables.
It's a very, very big year. for
Yeah,
all.
every time I watch something surrounding the Earthshot Prize, it reminds me to be good around, you know, like recycling, everything like that. You know, I wouldn't say I'm the best eco warrior, you know, I plan to be, I aim to be, but I think what I'm trying to say is just, I always think I can strive to be better, and yeah, this really inspires me.
And for Brazil.
Brazil has so many stories that we need to learn from.
Change is not only possible, but happening now.
Each of us has a role to play. Each of us can make a difference.
Que a gente consiga juntar forças, né, para fazer essa grande virada ambiental no mundo.
Obrigado, Brazil. Earthshot is coming for you.
I'm so excited for the Earthshot Prize
We have no time to waste.
The Earthshot Prize.
in 2025.
Aqui no Brasil.
We're at our best as a species when we're faced with a crisis. That's when our true positive community building character comes through. That's what the Earthshot Prize is going to celebrate.
Here, here. Yes, I love this. We are at our best as a species when we are faced with a crisis. And I really think this is true. I know lots of people who have gone through hardship, who have faced awful things in their life, you know, a total crisis, and they've come out the other side stronger, happier. But unfortunately for Harry and Meghan, this seems to be the opposite for them. You know, when they're faced with a crisis, do they come out in as a better person? No, I think for Harry, it brings out the worst in him. Let's read this article for The Guardian. Okay, Prince Harry attacks blatant lies in charity row as watchdog opens inquiry. Duke of Sussex says he hopes Charity Commission will unveil the truth about governance of Sentebale. Yeah, I really can't wait to get to the bottom of this as well. I want the truth to be uncovered because I'm very intrigued about where it went wrong for them. Prince Harry has launched a thinly veiled attack on the chair of the Sentebale charity he founded 2 decades ago for telling blatant lies as an inquiry was launched into claims about the organisation's governance. In a statement issued in response to the Charity Commission's decision to open a compliance case, the Prince said he hoped a robust inquiry would unveil the truth. Now, this is definitely what I hope for as well for Dr. Chandauka. You know, for the truth to come out. And if Harry is a bully, it would be amazing to see evidence of that, for everyone to see what his real personality is like, because we all know about the previous allegations at Kensington Palace where Harry and Meghan were accused of bullying staff. Harry said he had found the recent developments heartbreaking to witness, especially when such blatant lies hurt those who have invested decades in this shared goal. Now, let's just wait there. Let's just stop there a minute. He calls them blatant lies hurting people who have invested decades. Oh, come on. This is so inflated. Like, Harry, why did you not think about your grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, when your wife is saying on Oprah Winfrey that the royal family is racist? Can't you see the damage that did to the Queen and Prince Philip? And he was on his deathbed. Like, for goodness sake, Harry, you only think of yourself. I have not seen, you know, obviously I do not know Harry and Meghan personally, but seeing everything play out on the news, you know, in the press, in Harry's book, Oprah Winfrey, their documentary, it's just sickening. Like, they could not be more narcissistic. They think of only themselves. They do not take any responsibility for any upset they have caused to anyone. And now this poor woman, you know, we have this woman who is, you know, a whistleblower, and good on her, because she'll have been bullied off social media. Sorry, I'm getting really upset for this lady now. You know, if she feels like she has been bullied, badly treated, you know, misogynoir, who knows what she's gone through, but none of it sounds fair to me. You know, the person who she allegedly, this is what she said in the Sky News interview, the person who she told these allegations to, that she felt like she was being bullied, etc., was the same person who told her that they wanted to get her out, that she was going to have to leave. Now, you know, that I don't think they have had safeguarding in place in this charity. I think the way they handled it, it sounds like it was handled really badly for this woman. And now for Harry to just turn around and say, you know, accuse her of telling blatant lies, you know, it's just horrible. It's mean, it's disgusting. I think Harry has never been so low in my books ever before. I think the way he's treating this lady in the press now to try and cover his own ass is just, it's despicable. It's absolutely despicable. Let's read on. It was announced last week that Harry had quit the charity alongside his co-founder and fellow patron, Prince Siso of Lesotho, and its 5 trustees after a row with the chair of the board, Sophie Chandauka. Chandauka had launched a legal action at the High Court to prevent her being ousted and complained to the Charity Commission about the behaviour of Sentebale's trustees. In subsequent media appearances, Chandauka accused Harry of harassment and bullying at scale for releasing news of his decision to resign without informing me or my country directors or my executive director. Yeah, why did he not inform them first? Like, I think it shows that, well, in my eyes, is that because he's guilty? He's just backing off, like he can't speak to them at all now because is he afraid that he's going to like bully even more? I guess when you have allegations like that thrown at you, and maybe you would just duck out. But, you know, it was not fair to her to just put it in the press. My goodness. On Thursday, the Charity Commission said it had escalated its response after initial contact with complainants, adding that it was in direct contact with parties who have raised concerns to gather evidence and assess the compliance of the charity and trustees, past and present, and with their legal duties. Now, it sounds like many of these trustees have outstayed their welcome. They should not be there for over a certain period, and I totally agree, you know, lots of them should have stepped down by now. It went on, the regulator's focus, in line with its statutory remit, will be to determine whether the charity's current and former trustees, including its chair, have fulfilled their duties and responsibilities under charity law. The Commission is not an adjudicator or mediator and is guided by the principle of ensuring trustees fulfill their primary duty to the charitable purpose and beneficiaries. In response, Harry said he was relieved that the inquiry had been launched into the charity which he established, blah, blah, blah. He said, from the inception of Sentebale nearly 20 years ago, Prince Siso and I have had a clear goal to support the children and young people in Southern Africa in memory of our mothers. What has transpired over the last week has been heartbreaking to witness, especially when such blatant lies hurt those who have invested decades in this shared goal. No one suffers more than the beneficiaries of Sentebale itself. Yeah, look, so he's happy there's going to be a robust inquiry, and I'm sure Dr. Chandauka is too. It sounds like a lot is going to be uncovered. I'm going to be watching this closely. I'm very interested to see what's going to happen. But yeah, Chandauka, she's a Zimbabwean corporate lawyer who held roles in Meta and Morgan Stanley. She leads biotechnology company in New York. Yeah, it sounds like she's a very switched on woman. This woman, I don't think Harry wants to mess with her. I think she will handle this really well. And I felt like she was being very honest and gracious towards Harry and Meghan in the interview. You know, she made it clear that she had nothing against Meghan. She just did not want to put a statement out in the press that she was okay with the way Meghan treated her at the polo match. I mean, it's just also childish and pathetic. Why do Harry and Meghan have to keep coming back in the press saying, oh no, but we did this? You know, it sounds so desperate. I prefer the way, you know, the Queen was, you know, it's like never explain, don't complain, you know. And when they even when Harry and Meghan insinuated that the royal family were racist, the Queen just said recollections may vary. Now, Harry needs to wake up and realise that people have different views on things all the time, and he is not always right. Harry and Meghan have one way of looking at the world and people, and they, you know, in my eyes, it's like they think that they can control everyone, they can control the narrative. Well, they can't here, you know, they're kind of, I feel like Harry, in a way, has got his back up to the wall, you know, it's like, you know, he should be like cornered at the moment because this is a difficult situation to be in. But does he act like he's got his back to the wall? No, he doesn't. He acts like, oh, I'm going to sort this. And, you know, he just bangs heads with so many people. He thinks he is so right. Like, how many other people is he going to fall out with? You know, like, have we got to a point where Harry needs to take a look in the mirror and just say to himself, am I the problem? Am I the problem? Because, yeah, maybe then he'll get somewhere. Anyway, I've totally ranted away here. I didn't mean to. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I certainly will be watching all about the Earthshot Prize. I'm really interested in what Prince William's doing with the Earthshot Prize. And all these amazing inventors and eco-warriors. Yeah, so much more interesting than hearing about, you know, all the blatant lies and, you know, all this stuff that Harry's been coming out with. It's just getting boring. You know, I don't want to hear it. Harry, stop whinging. Anyway, I need to stop this rant. I'm gonna go. Have a wonderful day and send you a big kiss. Bye. Bye.